Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have my Ram 1500. It's a 2025. And the one thing that I had noticed is bugs and debris seem to fall right in your sight line on your windshield. Can be a little annoying. So I got this bug deflector that we are gonna mount. First things first, make sure your hood is popped open. You're gonna need a bench because your hood goes way up in the air, and or have somebody help holding it down. And it comes with a protective film. So you want to take that off first. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to size it on just to make sure, obviously, you got the correct one and size. And it has these clips that go underneath. And then it will kind of sit under there. So it is really nice profile on that. I'm just going to kind of line it up on this side as well, make sure it fits well. Then we're going to open the hood. And then you're going to basically kind of see where it fits underneath. So you have these clips here. Now pull this out a little bit so you can kind of see it better. So that is actually going to go underneath the adhesive, I believe, or the seal rather. So note this hole here, that's going to attach to a little metal clip that goes underneath there. So you got to make sure you have this sized up because it has a little protective film that you put over your paint. So you can bolt that on right there. Okay, so again, make sure that everything fits and lines up. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of like measuring my hand where the center is going to be. And to make sure I have that kind of distance over on this side. So we're looking at probably right about there. Okay, and then next are these metal clips. So that's what they look like. And fitment is basically going to be, you have this screw hole here that this is going to screw into. So this clip is going to go up onto your hood, but you have these protective film pieces that you're going to be using and put it on. So basically, so I'm going to mark with my finger where the center is, the thumb. So we're going to look for right here. We're going to peel this adhesive off. And pre-prep the area with alcohol so you know that's going to have no sticky or rather any wax residue left over. So we're going to aim for right about here. And we're going to put this over on top. Okay, so that's where that clip is going to mount. Let's go to the other side. There, line that up with my thumb. Then we're going to put this adhesive right over on top like that. Okay. Okay, so you have these little rubber tabs. And then that is going to basically go over the face of that clip. Like that. And then we have this other one. Same thing. Okay, so those are ready. Okay, and again, double check the position of where that's going to go. So it's going to line up like that. And then, okay, and make sure this rubber face is what's going to rest on this. And then you're pushing this part of the clip up onto your tape. And don't push it all the way on, just kind of loosely so we have some adjustment. Okay, so where these tabs fall, yeah, I was gonna say, it's probably kind of dark, but you have a tab here, and then over you have a little, basically like those little plastic rivets. And then basically you want to get a rivet removal tool, not included. And then you want to basically pull back on that, and they are going to snap and break. So don't have any hopes of repairing those. Okay, but it does. So you want to remove this one here, so you can pull this down, and then that tab will kind of go up in its place. And then you want to go over, and then you're going to have another little rivet over here on the side. Then again, they will break, but we have replacements. So that's how that tab is going to sit up underneath that. That's how you have it sit on that side. So you can move this out of the way and do one side at a time. Okay, so then you take this little rivet, and then you're going to be lining up the hole, and then you can push that in with a Phillips head screwdriver. So push that into place like that.
Get your flashlight.
Then we have another one right here. Then you'll feel the hole. Grab your Phillips head. Just push that in. And then obviously this, you can pull out this regard. Next, we'll get the rivets, put them in. Again, with a Phillips head. Push that up, lock that into place. Okay, next is going to be putting this little screw in. Okay, make it snug. Okay, next you're going to put these little bumpers in, signified by the yellow markings on each part of the hood. Alcohol prep pads included. So you want to clean underneath each little yellow mark. Okay, and obviously you want to let the alcohol dry on this. And we look pretty good. So what we're going to do is kind of pre-position it first and kind of see the best angle to get in there. And you want to lift up on it, and then you want to peel the backing off, and then lift up, kind of line it up to about where that little piece is, and then good to go. And that's going to be, when the wind's pushing back on it, what's going to keep it in position. And again, lift up, see where we're going to mount that, peel it back, and kind of okay, that's a little tricky. Last one. Okay, and now we can peel these little dot pieces off. And then we are all done. So a couple noteworthy things. I did use a little bit of a rubber mallet to make sure that these were on properly, nice and secure, these little metal brackets. And when I closed my hood, I did have to give it a little bit of force, a little bit more than the factory setup. But yeah, that looks absolutely great. Anyway, Brian from Garage Hall, thanks for watching, and be safe out there.